It's simply unbelievable that just because Xiao Li had a big argument with her husband, a cruel man set their marital home on fire and then left without a trace. Helpless, Xiao Li could only watch in despair as the hard work of the past 6 months went up in smoke. After spending a night at her parents' house, Xiao Li returned early in the morning to the scene of countless ashes, carefully searching through the remnants. From the remnants, he discovered an intact Luoyang shovel, beans, and various tools such as a hammer. Consequently, he resolved to gather his strength, collect the pots and pans that were retrieved from the kitchen the previous day, and relocate from this place of grief. Running to the mountain ahead, she found a good spot and prepared to start building her own new home. At this moment, you can see Xiao Li busily clearing away the surrounding weeds. First, a new shelter needs to be built, as settling down will make things more convenient. This is essential for the later construction of the new home. After Xiao Li reattaches the handles to these tools, we can begin excavating the surrounding soil. Observing this, some individuals might ponder why not opt to reconstruct a house on the original location. The reason is rather straightforward. Her spouse was a substance addict, and since Xiao Li was unable to provide him with anything of significant value, he ultimately set the house ablaze. Following this unfortunate incident, Xiao Li desired nothing more than to sever ties with that man and simply wished to live peacefully on her own. Therefore, after some strenuous labor, she swiftly leveled the foundation of the house and excavated some precise holes to prepare for the installation of the house's supporting pillars. Next, Xiao Li took a machete to the nearby forest, specifically choosing a few sturdier trees to cut down. She tied them up with ropes and utilized the buoyancy and force of the stream to easily transport these logs back to the place where she was building the house. Before the assembly of the framework, it is essential to locate the appropriate mortise and tenon in the center of the timber. In this manner, after positioning the supporting pillars, the beams can be swiftly connected to the entire framework, utilizing the mortise and tenon structure. Despite appearing somewhat straightforward, it is sufficiently sturdy, particularly since Xiao Li is eager to move in and have a temporary residence. This made it convenient to arrange subsequent work. Once the main framework of the house was completed, Xiao Li would head back to the forest to cut down a large amount of bamboo, which she would then process into bamboo tubes, bamboo strips, and various smaller bamboo shapes. Once again, she interlaces and lays them in order at the top of the house to create the sloped roof. Without rope, Xiao Li uses small bamboo strips as a substitute. Of course, this is much more secure than tying with rope. For the construction of the roof, Xiao Li collected a large number of palm leaves from nearby, which are the perfect choice for roofing material. The leaves are very large, offering excellent waterproofing and providing a warm winter and cool summer effect. It is quite similar to the traditional thatching found on old straw houses, and it is remarkably easy to lay down. Almost anyone can accomplish it. Therefore, after the roof was entirely laid, the subsequent step was to construct the walls of the house. Xiao Li initially cut the bamboo into strips, which could then be laid on the ground and intricately woven together. Observing Xiao Li's skillful weaving technique, it is evident that her craftsmanship is truly extraordinary. One might wonder, what man would not desire to marry such a remarkable woman? Woven into large bamboo walls, they are tied and secured around the perimeter. This was done to save time and fend off any potential threats. This time, Xiao Li also used the simplest and quickest method to construct the walls. Although it isn't as beautiful and luxurious as the previous house, it's enough to shield her from the wind and rain. Xiao Li is also confident that her future will only get better. One really has to admire a woman with such strong determination and remarkable skills. How would you rate the outdoor shelter built by Xiao Li on a scale of 1 to 10? Feel free to leave a comment.